So, anyways, we're gonna do it this way because we're metalheads and we know how to save shit. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful, amazing Zoli of EKTOMORF. What's up, Zoli?
Hey man, all good. How you doing? Hi everyone? How is everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a good night. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I was telling you because we were chatting before going live. Technology. Sometimes I feel it's not something of my age, but I don't mean to say it disrespectfully to other people who are around my age, like yourself.
Like me?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Listen, people.
Fuck this, man.
Yeah, listen, people. The plan didn't work. So, plan B is we're here raw, uncut, straight to your face with ecto motherfucking morph.
Fuck yeah.
so,
Everyone.
so everyone in the chat, the chat is very busy. Let me just, I forgot to run something. Obviously, give me one moment. Everyone in the chat is going crazy. I see there's a lot of people there. So I see Don, Sentient, Bryce, Johnny, Hannah, Mr. Burbul, Antibiotic. There's people from all over the
Oh,
world.
cool
From
name, antibiotic. It's a nice name.
yeah, from Finland all the way. Sentient, you're trying to. So okay, Sentient wants to try and fix the my buddy. He's trying to fix the sound for like. Okay, do your thing. But while we're talking, how's everyone doing? It's Thursday. It's the Thursday Metal Show, and like I told you, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do the live interview, and we're gonna be talking today. We're gonna be chilling, and we're gonna be talking like I've told you about EKTOMORF. EKTOMORF is a beast of a band, if I may say so, Zoli. And I'm happy to have you here, dude,
Thank you.
because you're welcome, man. Because I've known you not on a personal level, but we've had, like I've told you before, parallel lives. And in the music industry, we've been around, both of us, for give or take the same amount of time, both with the record labels and around and everywhere, like I usually say in the metal industry. And you are a person, dude, who has seen a lot, has done a lot, and is still here kicking ass. And I wanted to say that I'm very happy that you guys are still around doing what you know how to do with passion, right? And you're putting out.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, brother. And I'm very happy. I was very happy to see with Heretic, the latest single by EKTOMORF, that you're still at it, top level. You've not dropped, you've not let your guard down, as they say, or anything like that. How do you feel, man, after the whole ride all the way till this point today?
Well, actually, I feel pretty good. I feel old. I'm gonna be 50.
No,
I'm gonna be fucking
you
50
look
in
younger.
October,
You look
but
younger, dude. You look way younger, way
thank you.
younger.
Try my best, try my best. But yeah, actually, this is the music that I do since I fucking grabbed the guitar, and sometimes some very changed a little bit, but actually it was always the same.
Hmm.
And I can say that this album Heretic is get back to where what it's all started. When we get older, we go back to what we really been before. Not everything, because you can't be what you were. I cannot be like, because some fans say, yeah, Outcast is your best album, and write something like this, and you can't do that because I can't be the Zoli who was in 2006.
Hmm.
But of course it's in me, and somehow on the new album it just worked out. It's on a different way. It's not the same, but it's very much the same vibe.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It
I
is.
would say
I
that.
I would say that, but it's also a bit like what? It has the same vibe. Okay, it has your groove. You've never lost the groove. That groove, that ectomorph. Like the first thing, obviously, that caught my brain when I heard you the first time back then was the groove. Like every time you listen to, if there's no way you're gonna listen to ectomorph and you're not gonna groove. You know what I mean? Because of
Mhm.
that thrash meets new metal sort of like combination, right? And yeah, absolutely, it's there. The anger is still there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
It's never,
emotion. Yeah.
yeah. Actually, on this album is yeah, we got the anger. It's I had some actually in 2023 and 24. I've been through some really
Dark.
fucking tough shit,
Yeah.
and yeah, family losses. I lost my mother,
Oh, I'm sorry,
then
man.
I was, thank you. So you can never get through that. I mean,
No.
everyone who is here in the
Mm-hmm.
tonight in the chat
Mm-hmm.
probably who has been through times like that knows how hard is that losing your parents, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
well, I lost my mother, and then I just was kind of like building myself back from the grief,
Mm-hmm.
and
Of
then I lost
course.
my dog.
Oh, I.
And that fucking destroyed me. And it
Yeah.
was just right before, we already had book studio with two Madsen in Denmark and book flights. And, my dog she died in November,
The chat,
18th of
the chat. By
November.
the
And
way, the chat. All the people in the chat are sending you hearts and love. Just so you know.
oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Tough
so,
times. It was dark.
we've
Yeah.
been just
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've been just booked to the studio, and then two called me. So what we gonna do now?
Yeah.
Because he knew how I love my dog, and he has dogs too. So I was like, you know what, I got five songs like a sketch. Because when my dog she got sick, I was just about to writing the songs, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know,
Did you say?
then it
Did you
went
say?
down.
Did you say two? Did you say two?
Two, yeah,
Yeah,
two
Q
medicine.
Matson. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
The
We
producer,
worked
just
with him
for
since.
people listening, the producer. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He's the producer,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he produced and mixed the album. He produced the album with me. We
Mm-hmm.
produced it together, but he mixed it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and then so we went to the studio, and the drummer and the bass player they were there for 5 days, and I've been there for fucking 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah, right. And
Wow.
write
Wow.
lyrics. I went there with zero lyrics, and Heretic was the song that actually I wrote on the very last day before we flew to Denmark, and we had one rehearsal. So I
Really?
just put the sketch to yeah, I just put the sketch together, and there was no lyrics.
So,
There was the words heretic, heretic, fuck you. That thing was there, but
but since you're talking about it, since it's a great segue for me because I was thinking, okay, so Outcast, which is like a very characteristic, probably one of the strongest or the most known album by Ectomorph, right? Has
yeah,
a
it is.
trademark signature. It has a trademark signature of you when it comes to lyrics, when it comes to the emotions that you convey through the songs, obviously, which is a big part of the vibe and the groove, right?
Yeah.
And my understanding is that obviously it has a lot to do, your music has a lot to do in many ways with your cultural upbringing or with a lot of things that you've experienced, right? With things that you've seen, injustice, a lot of injustice, right? Is that sort of like the same source fueling like a song like Heretic, for example, lyrically, you know?
Yeah, you say it's good. It's everything that I write. I never had a lyrics writer because some bands has which is
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's doing it like that. That you get someone who write your lyrics, and but for me, I always write everything on my own, and because it's my emotions,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's my fucking life.
Mm-hmm.
And Heretic is back when Outcast came out and Destroy, and I was strongly believing God. Really,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
was,
Mm-hmm.
but I lost everything. What I went through in 23, 24, it just,
Yeah.
it just changed everything, changed my life.
Your perspective. Yeah.
Half of it,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
First, yeah, my belief and half of me is gone.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
is what it is. I
Mm-hmm.
hope it's coming back. If not, then not.
No, I
I
understand that.
can't control this. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, Heretic is about get disappointed in God.
I understand that.
Because
Absolutely.
I know that and I don't want to go deep in this, but
Mm-hmm.
religious people say that God, he gives everything and he takes. Well,
Mm-hmm.
he took everything, everyone I loved. It's in the lyrics,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So basically, Heretic is, it's not like a satanic song,
No, no. Mm-mm.
nothing like that, but it's more about like being a heretic, like fuck everything
Yeah.
that was before, because it's gone. I wanted you to help, and you were not
Is
there,
it
so
fueled more by pain?
fuck you.
Is it fueled more by pain or by anger, would you say?
It's pain and anger. It's like grief. Anyone there who's in the chat,
Mm-hmm.
probably, if you guys went through things, or I don't know about you, but
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you if you lost someone,
I have. Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
grief is like, because I never felt grief before. So grief is like, it's on one side is all of pain and sadness, and then it changing the heartbeat to anger.
Mm-hmm.
You're angry at everything, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
yourself, the life,
Yeah.
and actually, it was good that we went to the studio because I don't know what the fuck I would do if if I'm not right. This even I wrote this out from my body, from my soul, what left of it, from
Hmm.
my heart, and but it's still there. It's this darkness will never go away, and
I feel that what you're saying. Absolutely.
yeah,
I
yeah. And
absolutely
this
feel
album is about it's really from the first song. Oh, there is one song called "Beach."
that.
That's about the beach, but
Okay.
yeah. But the rest of the album,
Yeah.
it's really about grief, death, pain, sadness, anger, hate, which
Hmm.
is like waving in you when you're going through losing someone you love.
Hmm.
That's the most horrible thing.
I
You can
know
lose everything in your life. Like you can lose your money or your I don't know, everything.
everything. Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
But when you lose someone who you love
Yeah.
and you lose it like they die,
Yeah. I
that's what is
I
on this
feel
album.
I feel that completely, man. I mean, I lost my dad 3 years ago to cancer, and I had to go through all
I'm
of that.
sorry, man.
Oh, thank you,
I'm
thank you. Yeah, I feel the same way
that's
as you. Are you talking to me like I'm talking or something? You know what I mean?
You
I
know what?
completely relate. Hmm.
So I don't want to cut you. I just wanted to say for you and also for everyone there out there that
Hmm.
that I hope that when this album comes out, that when you will listen to it, maybe it's gonna give you some strength because Ectomorph was always about giving you, strength, but always on a different side.
Hmm.
This time is about the biggest pain everyone have to go through in this life.
Yeah.
And because I know that grief, it's never will be gone. You can just deal to live with it. And
Hmm.
this album, it will maybe help. It helps for me. So I
I,
hope it will help for everyone.
I believe it will because, music that comes from the heart, music that comes from the heart is very different than music that comes just, out of habit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there are musicians, there are bands and bands out there. There's musicians and musicians. Some people do it via emotion, and some people do it as like a desk job or something. You know what I mean? So,
I always did it. I
mhm.
always did it from emotions. There is one album, What Doesn't Kill Me, that somehow was not about this, and you can hear it because I don't like that album. But anyway, it's really always about emotion and feelings, and
Mhm, mhm,
because the music I do is always about not bad or negative things, but yes, but you know what I mean. I always try to turn this to something positive
mhm,
because for example, I'll just tell you short. So
mhm,
when I got home from the studio, I had the master cd, and then I have a few friends here. They were like,
mhm,
oh, can we hear it, and I was like, okay. One night I picked them up in my car, and the whole album is only 30 minutes. It's not long, but
mhm.
it's
Yeah, yeah.
pretty solid.
Pretty
So
solid.
so they got in my car,
Mhm.
and then we did a drive,
Yeah.
and they listened to it, and when they got out, they were like, fuck, man, this is murdered us. And they said like, and one of the guys or two of the guys, they don't speak English, so they were like,
Hmm.
we don't understand the lyrics, but I can feel it, that it's about something really, really dark
Yeah,
and really painful, but it doesn't bring you down.
yeah.
It's actually just somehow is energizer. I don't know the,
No, no, I know.
but everyone
It
will.
lifts you up. It lifts you up, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the right thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
said
yeah,
you're good, man. You said the right thing. It lifts you
yeah.
up. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, speaking of your music, basically. And you've put out, what is it like? Correct me if I'm wrong, Zoli. Is it like 16? Is it gonna be your 17th studio album now or 16th or something like that?
Probably
You've lost track.
something.
You lost
Yeah,
track yourself because there's so many
I lost
albums.
track, man. So many. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So,
Because I started the first album came out in '94.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
94.
those are Hungary. All of them in Hungarian.
Yeah, yeah, in
The
Hungary.
f- the first English
Yeah.
singing album was in 1999. That's called Kayag,
Hmm.
which came out at the label called Rise Up, and then which became later Silver Dust,
Yeah,
and
Silver
then
Dust. That's what I
Nuclear
remembered.
Blood.
Yeah, Silver
Yeah.
Dust is what I
Yeah,
remember.
Scream to the Sky, that was the album, which I don't know. I don't think that many fans knows. Probably the fans who knows
Hmm.
my band, they know it from the earliest is Destroy or Outcast.
Yes, yes, yeah.
And that's 2006, 2004, 6.
So
We're
you,
fucking old, man.
oh, but what
Right?
did you tell me the other day? Remember when we were talking and you said old but gold?
Old but fucking gold, man. Yeah, there
Yeah.
we go. Yeah. You know what? At least we're still alive, and I think we lived in the era of music, the best era of music.
Yeah.
I don't want to be conservative, but end of 90s, the beginning of 2000s was like,
Gold.
man, yeah, gold, and I think it just laid down every basic which can't be really made again. I mean,
So
maybe there will be a band, but
so
not yet.
so I wanna talk about a little bit, like we spoke obviously. So just to close this, people have heard Heretic through my show, or they've heard it on their own on YouTube and etc. etc. You will be having an album out, right? Before we move on, because I want to go backwards. So before we move on, when is the studio album? When are you the timeline for releasing it, basically?
For the new album,
Yeah, yeah.
it's this year, October 24, which is my 50th birthday.
No way. You did it on purpose?
Way.
You did it on purpose,
Yeah,
right?
of course we did it on purpose, yeah, because we bring out the new album now with Bleeding Those Records, which is my booking agent's record company, and he told me, man, you're gonna be 50 this year. I was like, yeah, I know. Don't remind me. And he was like, what if we just bring the album out and then that will fit with the tour and everything? And well, 50 is 50. I mean, I'm half done. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be 100 years old, but 50 is,
It's okay.
it's
It's all right. It's all right.
yeah.
I keep telling sentient number six here in the chat that he's young. He's young. That's what I'm telling him. You're young as well. We still have like half
Yeah,
a century. Is half a century ahead of you. You know what I mean?
half a century, man. Yeah. And and so we thought that this is gonna be a good idea, and I think we wanted to do the same with Outcast, because Outcast, I must be mistaken, but I think in 2006, maybe it was also in October,
I can't
and we
remember. That's a
wanted to
good
bring.
question. Yeah.
I think it was October, and we wanted to bring it on my birthday with my ex label Nuclear Blast,
Mm.
but somehow they had their another band, and they just couldn't change it. And
Nah.
since then, I always wanted to do it, but then we never did. Now.
Now is the time. Now is the
Yeah,
right
that's the
time.
fucking time. That's the fucking time, man. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be 50. Yeah.
exactly, exactly. So big party this year, celebrating your 50th with your 16th or 17th studio album.
Yeah.
Going back in time, let's take a little bit of a trip for all the people here who are new, who've just discovered you, etc., etc. So you said you started off in the 1990s. And those were the early days, basically, where you would have songs in Hungarian. Like you were, was it the same sort of
Correct.
like? Was it the same sort of like style, or were you trying to find your style still in the 90s?
When I started back in 93.
Mm-hmm.
We got our first demo, and I was pretty much in Metallica, Slayer, all the classic metal bands, and then came fucking Sepultura,
Oh,
which fucking blown my
yeah,
mind,
yeah.
and Pantera. But for me, I was always more like the Sepultura guy,
Mm-hmm.
and I think then, yeah, then it started, like go that way,
Mm-hmm.
because I never really wanted to sing clean, although that I do now on the new album on a few times. But those times I just wanted to scream.
Mm-hmm.
I fucked my voice up a few times, I remember. And then it started to form, and we did our first demo. It's called Holocaust. It was in 1994.
Mm-hmm.
No, 1993. The first demo. We sent it to a Hungarian Metal Hammer,
Mm-hmm.
and it got a pretty bad review.
Oh
Of
no, for
course.
real?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Have
yeah,
you
yeah.
saved it? Have
Yeah.
you saved the page from back then?
No, but it's here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But look, they didn't like it,
Mm-hmm.
but the fans, they fucking loved it.
Yeah,
They loved it.
yeah, yeah,
So we had to do this. There was tapes. You remember tapes
yeah,
and cassettes. We had
yeah,
to do that, and
yeah, yeah.
doing it, and just copy them and put them in the post in little letters in envelopes and
Yeah,
send them out.
mail them out. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but that was fucking good, man. That was like a different value
Fun
of
times.
music.
Yeah,
And I'm not talking about music and money. I talk about the value of the music,
the value of the music.
And
Yeah.
then,
Mhm.
Yeah, and then there was this big Hungarian band who they are still here, and they heard the demo, they picked us up, took us around the country, and it started, And then the second demo was like we went to some band competitions and we won. So we won the fucking
Like a local,
the
like a battle of the bands kind of thing.
Battle of the Bands, yeah,
Yeah.
but it was the other side of Hungary. And we
Mm.
went there and we won, and then we won like a full album recording time and something like this. So that then we could make an album there, and it just went. But then it stopped at a certain level,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw that it's not gonna go forward because
Mm.
people just like this music here, but they like more punk rock. And I saw that
Mm-hmm.
everywhere else they like heavier music.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, that's my place. So we went to Germany, but that was in 1999.
Yeah.
So we jumped a big in time right now,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
short forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we moved to Germany to a fucking ghetto
Mm-hmm.
because we had a guy from a German nuclear blast warehouse. He worked there and he became our manager. He
Really?
was
I
Yugoslavian. Yeah,
didn't
he
know
was
that.
he was
Huh.
he was Yugoslavian. His name was Yabo. I don't know
Okay.
if you know him.
No, I never met. I
He was
know. Yeah.
so we moved to his apartment, which was in the district in Berlin called Wedding.
Ah.
That's a fucking ghetto, man. That was like, I'm telling you,
A rough neighborhood, huh?
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
man, I'm telling you, that was, woo. If you go to Berlin, I don't know if it's like that anymore, but that time they said, I live in Wedding. They were like, fuck,
And you were
you
in your
did better than
you were in your mid-20s, at the time, right?
mid-20s. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then we played the festival. We started to play clubs,
Mm-hmm.
who were in really bad conditions, but who cares? We just wanted to play.
You wanted the
And then,
experience, absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Nothing was for me more important than just get in the fucking car
Mm.
and play a show.
Mm.
I didn't care where I sleep. I didn't care where I'm gonna fucking wake up. I just wanted to do this,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And it was tough. I remember there was one club. I lay down on the couch. I woke up in the morning and my hair was frozen.
Oh.
Everything. It was so fucking cold, man.
Oh,
Things
fuck.
like this. But man, it was great.
What
And
can you do?
then
Yeah, yeah,
so we
exactly.
played the shows, and then I don't know how, but then we got to the fucking festival, Summer Breeze. It was smaller, a lot smaller than now.
Mm-hmm.
But still was pretty big. I think that time it was like 10,000 people.
Yeah.
But 10,000 was the top,
But back then, that was
And
impressive back then.
yeah,
Yeah.
and Silver Dust Records, the
Mm.
owner Achim Ostertag was actually
Achim,
the
huh? Mm.
owner of the festival. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he is still, probably, I don't know,
Who
whatever.
knows?
And then we supposed to play the festival somewhere in the afternoon, like 4 o'clock, and some band they could not reach their flight, so Ian came to me. I was so fucking what do you call it? I
Nervous?
drink a lot.
Ah.
No. I drank a lot the night before. We played in a club,
Oh,
and
you had a hangover. Hangover.
I had a real bad one. And he came and said, Zoli, can you guys play at the T stage at 10 at night? I was like, yeah, sure. And we did that show.
Wow.
And it was like in a fucking movie, I'm telling you. We came off the stage. It was amazing show.
Yeah.
I remember the girl, her name was Yvette, worked at Nuclear Blast, and she was introducing us on stage. And the people were like, EKTOMORF. We were like, what the fuck, man? But it was a hard work, man. A lot
I
of club
bet.
shows,
I
like
bet.
everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So the show was done. I'm coming off stage, and there is three guys. There was Yap, Andy Siri,
Yeah, I know them. Yeah, Yap,
and
Andy, and
and then they
Steiger.
said,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, Steiger. And then they said, I'm not sure if Steiger was there,
Oh.
Marcus, but Andy and Yap was there,
Mhm.
and Yvette. And then they said, we want to sag you now.
Oh.
I was like, I can't. I
Right.
have a label, Silver
Yeah,
Dust.
yeah.
But then we have to, somehow get out from, because we had this guy, the manager said, oh man, Nuclear Blast, wow. I didn't even know, because I didn't care about this.
Yeah.
I just wanted to play music,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
And so, but they said, but man, that's the thing. And I was like, but we have a label, but that's the fucking label. And I was like, okay. So somehow we got out of the
They
Silver
bought you.
Dust
They
thing.
bought you out, huh?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
We had to leave with the trick. It wasn't really nice. I
Okay.
don't think I am like that, but they said you should do this. We did. Then we signed with Nuclear Blast, and then the whole thing is started.
Was that the turn?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was gonna say, so was 2006 and the release of your album Outcast through Nuclear Blast Records, which was at the time one of the two colossus of record labels when it came to metal music. Like there was independent, I mean, metal record labels at the time. There was one of the three. Sorry, there was Metal Blade, there was Roadrunner, and there was Nuclear Blast at the time, who were really
Exactly.
big.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yes.
So turning
And we've
point,
been
huh?
there.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, yeah, and then they, like I didn't used to that. They asking me with who I want to work, and I was like, I don't know, like a producer. So that time I had a girl. She lived in the Netherlands in
Mm-hmm.
Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like grabbing a bus, get my ass on the bus, and then driving back to Amsterdam. And I got like a bunch of, the promo CDs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Two songs on it. Some of them had the
Dude,
whole
I still
album.
have. It didn't cross my mind. I still have those because I was working in the promo office. I still have those promos somewhere of
Oh,
Outcast for real.
I got, I got,
You
I
must
got,
have them as well somewhere. Yeah,
I got the club single,
the
which
clubs.
had iChoke and Outcast,
Yes.
and I have it still. I still have it.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Yeah,
With the glass, the jewel, the slim jewel. Was it? Yeah, was the slim jewel case?
that's it.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so but wow, those
Mhm.
was so good times, man.
Yeah.
And then I got on the bus with my Discman, and I'm listening to this fucking records. Most of them was fucking not what I like. There was a lot of black metal, which is cool, but not my thing.
Hmm.
And then there was this one band called Nemic from
I
Denmark.
remember Nemec. Yeah,
Yeah, they're wow,
I
fantastic band.
remember them.
And
Yeah.
so I was listening to that, and I was like, this is how I want to sound.
Ah.
And then they said that's Stu Madsen, and I was so ignorant. I thought he's American.
No, you thought he was American?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, because the sound,
Yeah.
man, you know how they sounded.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
was like,
It was
I want to
very
work with this.
good, loud, clear production. Very, yeah, 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 yeah.
It was like Fear Factory,
Yeah, exactly,
pretty
exactly,
much, pretty
exactly,
much.
exactly.
If not even better, because two is real good.
Yeah,
Fear Factory was always very clean, but two gave a more meat for the
yeah,
sound, so it's
yeah, yeah.
more,
Exactly.
which I like also more.
More stomp.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I was listening to that. So I wrote them an email that I want to go with this guy work if it's possible. They said yes, and then the whole thing started there. We recorded Destroy, then and then we recorded Instinct and Outcast with him, and I'm still working with him.
You still, yeah, and
It's
you're friends. You friends. You've been friends for 20 years now.
we are family. We're family. I mean, really.
He's a nice
We've
guy.
been through
No, no.
a lot. Yeah, he's his son
Hmm.
born in 2003
Hmm.
on the last day of our
Oh,
Destroy album recording session, which was our first album to record it too. His son born on the last
on the
day.
last day, huh? Wow.
On the last day when we've been in the studio. So
Yeah.
his son is also my friend now. He's fucking tall now. He was a baby now. Now I'm getting smaller. He's getting taller, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it
Amazing,
started
amazing.
and it's still going on strong. I had a chance. I remember that after Instinct,
Yeah.
Nuclear Blast told me that if I want to work with the guy who's doing the In Flames albums, or there was even a chance with Ross Robinson,
With
and I
Ross
was like,
Robinson, for real?
yeah, but I no, I just wanted to work with two because
Because
somehow,
you trust him. That's
yeah, and you see, this has a value of more than just being working with a name.
Mm.
Because then the two is a big name.
Yeah.
He is, but Ross Robinson is
Yeah,
huge,
he's a different
But
level. I know. Yeah, 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 for sure.
yeah, but not anymore.
Not anymore. No.
Not anymore. And you see, I work with two because the first time we worked together, there was something clicked, and it never changed.
Yeah.
So never
Yeah.
change the recipe when it works, the formula.
Yeah,
I don't know how
exactly.
they say.
Exactly. No, you said it
Yeah,
perfectly. Yeah, yeah, no, that's exactly
yeah.
what it is. If something works for you, then why change it? If it works, it works. You know what I mean? You go
And
with
it's
it.
also about friendship, like,
Friendship, you value friendship,
yeah,
of course, man.
yeah.
Of-
You can't buy a friend.
No,
You have it or not. And
I agree.
he was, he came to Hungary because I have a studio. It's
Mm-hmm.
not a real big studio, but it is a studio,
Is
and
it a
we
home
recorded.
studio?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but it's bigger. So I have in this flat where I live here in this
Mm-hmm.
big in this city because I have a house in another city. I told you. And there I have my bedroom and the studio, and it's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like it doesn't have the the equipment what two has. But we
Yeah, of course.
decided when I built it with my dad, and
Mm-hmm.
so when the studio was done, I told him, you come down to Hungary and recording albums here. I was like, why not? So we recorded Black Flag, Fury, Aggressor.
Mm-hmm.
It's three albums. We recorded in my studio in
In your
Hungary.
studio? Oh, I didn't know that part. Oh, okay. Wait, in which part, which city? Sorry, because I keep forgetting which city in Hungary. Where's the record? What do you record? In which city of Hungary do you record?
It's Mezőkovácsháza. I don't know
Meziko.
if you can say
Say it one more time for me, please.
Mezőkovácsháza.
Mezikolachaza.
Almost good, yeah.
Almost good.
90% good.
90%.
Yeah,
Thank you. and,
Mezőkovácsháza. It's a long name, man.
and you live in Debrecen or something?
I live in the southeast, close to Romania.
Ah, okay, okay. So that's where you grew up, right?
That's where I grew up.
Yeah.
But so a flat where I live now is in Békéscsaba. It's like a pretty big city. So I'm spending pretty much time here, but it's
Hmm.
just a flat which I rent.
Yeah.
But I have my house where the studio is, where my dad he lives now there, and
Okay. Mm-hmm.
he's taking care everything
Yeah.
of there. The
Yeah.
studio, the house. We
Yeah.
got their chickens.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's
Nice.
like it's like a farm life,
So you
man.
have a little bit
I
of a
love it.
farm going on, is what I was going to say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. We have chickens. We got
yeah. Nice.
ducks, and he got in the past. He got some pigs, and the cats, dogs, everything. Birds.
Speaking of dogs, brackets here, parenthesis as we say in Greek. You have a beautiful dog, which people who follow
Thank
you
you.
on social media, especially on Instagram, I believe, there's a lot of you and your. Is it a boy or a girl?
Yeah, she's my new dog. I got her
She.
from my
Yeah.
I got her from my dad,
Mhm.
and her name is Gizmo, like
Gizmo.
from the yeah,
Gremlins.
like from the Gremlins. Yeah, she's sleeping right here. I don't know if you guys see. Look at her.
Yeah, we can. Oh, look at that.
There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
oh.
She's a Daco. She's a hard-licking Daco, which is hard-licking. I don't know if you know. They look camouflage
Yeah, they
like
come.
this because they have the dog. Yeah,
Beautiful,
and
beautiful.
I love this little thing. I didn't want it her because of
I,
my other dog passed, but
I was.
my dog, my
Mhm.
dad was like, "You need one," so I got one.
Your dad
But I
knew.
love this little thing.
Your dad knew what he was telling you for sure.
Man, I was about to fucking,
Hmm.
I don't know,
Hmm.
losing a dog.
I know.
Everyone there in the chat and I don't know, all you guys who have a dog,
Hmm.
I don't know if you lost your dog ever in your
Oh yeah.
life,
Oh yeah.
if you
Yeah.
have.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's extremely painful.
Yeah. It is.
It's
It is, man.
You can be the toughest guy with tattoo to the neck.
I've lost one, two.
Scream.
I've lost 1, 2, 3, 4 dogs from my
Oh
family.
man.
Yeah, 4. Over obviously from being from the age of 10 up until a few years ago. Well, a few years.
Then
Yeah.
you know how it feels.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
100.
sorry.
No, thank you, brother.
I'm sorry.
Because I was gonna say you definitely are a person who loves you love your animals, you love animals in general. You're very sensitive to other creatures like dogs and so forth, which speaks volumes also about the kind of person, to me at least. Like when I look at you on Instagram and I see you cuddling your puppy. To me, it's a beautiful picture because it speaks. It's a picture that speaks about what kind of person you are, in my opinion.
She owns my heart.
Yeah, I bet,
Little,
bro.
this little thing. I mean, dogs has unconditional love, which I think human just incapable. We can't love the way they love, and
Yeah.
for me, losing my ex dog Wufa,
Hmm.
she passed, was so painful because I never had a dog before. We had with the family, but I was never really like a dog person. So I had an ex-girlfriend, And then she wanted a dog because I was always on tour, so she didn't want to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, when we broke up, the dog stayed with me.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy for that because, and
Uh,
then I knew how it is, to live with a dog.
mm-hmm.
And so I never had a dog before. And so when she passed away,
Mm-hmm.
a part of my heart died with her. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it is what it is.
Hey,
But
I know, bro. I know, brother. I know.
but I'm so happy for all the memories, and
Yeah,
she
absolutely.
teaches me,
Hmm.
they teaching us about love. That's it.
I absolutely agree with you 100%. What are you gonna be up to aside from releasing the album? So the album comes out in October. What are you doing in the meantime? What are you gonna be busy with? What do you have
Uh,
lined up?
yeah, we actually now we got a show. We just played last week. We played in Germany, which was fucking good. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna play in Russia in May, and then comes the festivals.
Mm-hmm.
We got this festival Full Rewind in Germany. Is a really good. It's the new With Force. I mean, With Force
Ah,
still exists,
yeah, that's what I
but
was gonna say. Yeah,
the with full force still exists,
yeah.
but with it's the guys who did the original with full force for many years, and they're now doing full rewind. And
Okay.
the next year we're gonna play Saturday with Machine Head.
No way.
Yes,
Wow.
not right before them, but it's gonna be like us, and then I think Ministry and Machine Head or
Wow.
something like this. Yeah, yeah.
Crazy. Is that gonna be
Fucking crazy, man.
when in this summer, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be this summer in August.
In
Yeah,
August. Oh,
August.
August.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. In August, I think the 2 and 3 and 4 is three
Okay.
days festival, but very strong lineup, and it's like the old Vitful. You remember Vitful
I
Force? The
remember.
old.
Of course, I remember with full force.
We
100%.
started there. We started there in 2004. At two
That's a long
o'clock, we
time ago.
played. I remember
Yeah.
it was fucking, and it's the same venue. It's like a
It's the
old
same
airport.
area. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, outside of Leipzig, more like
Leipzig.
Leipzig,
Yeah.
more outside. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's great. Yeah.
Is that the
So
first date? So what is the first date that the first date that you're playing next, or do you have things lined up earlier in the summer, like June, July, or something?
oh yeah, we got another festival in Czech Republic. It's called, I don't know, but a pretty good one too.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got several more, 3 or 4 more, but we don't really play a lot because
Mm-hmm.
we're getting ready for a tour in the fall,
Oh,
and then it's better to keep us a little bit back, so we got like 5 festivals, 4 or 5 festivals right now, but I'm sure there are gonna be at least 2 more. It's always like that.
so the tour, because that aside from obviously the festivals, which is something that a lot of people go to and will be able. Let's say, for example, in Germany, they'll be able to see you there in August. When it comes to the tour, so you said there's going to be the tour in the fall. Is it going to be a European tour, or is it going to be wider?
It's
Or yeah,
uh it's I don't know yet what it's gonna be. I think
it's
it's more gonna be like a European, so like more like Germany, Austria, Czech Republic, Switzerland,
hmm
Spain,
hmm
Hungary, then where else we been? UK, but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
but probably there too. And we try to do everything. I mean,
Hmm.
who knows what's gonna be? I mean, last year we played in Dubai. In
Wow,
Dubai, which
wow. You
yeah,
played in Dubai.
yeah. Yeah, but we already played in Japan.
Wow.
Uh,
What's the
yeah.
crazy?
So
Okay, what's the craziest? You tell me, Zoli. What's the craziest place? The most far out place, or the place that you would have never thought that you will ever, like, so far away from home, so to speak, that you've ever played?
hmm, one
Jap-
is Japan.
Japan, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was. I would love to go back,
Yeah.
and I hope we will. Yeah, it was 3 shows. It was Osaka, Nagoya, and Tokyo. Like 3 shows in 3 days,
Mm-hmm.
and it was wonderful. I mean, it's a different world.
Yeah, I bet.
It's
Mm-hmm.
actually, if there would be one place that I would say that I would leave, like to live there,
You would live
that
there.
would be Japan because of the people there. I don't know, man. It's just so
Very polite.
oh,
Yeah.
it's lovely. It's polite. It's It's great, in Tokyo. It's like it's nothing. You are not on this earth.
Yeah.
But that's my experience,
Yeah.
But we've been in so many good places, man. We've
Yeah.
been also in the States. There was some amazing places, like when we played in around. We played in Iowa. We played in the
Oh,
same club where Slipper started. Yeah,
for real? I
yeah.
was about to
Cla-
ask you. Really?
The Safari, it's called the club, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
We played there. Yeah, it was a great show.
What about
In
Latin
Des Moines.
America? Des Moines, yeah.
Oh yeah, Latin America. Oh man, we had a Latin American tour. We did Argentina, we did Brazil, we did Paraguay.
Mm-hmm.
So this in Brazil, we've been in São Paulo, in Rio de Janeiro,
Wow.
Argentina, Buenos Aires. We fucking great shows, crazy crowd.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Well, generally speaking, in Latin America, I think metalheads are like the level of energy that metalheads have in those countries is off the roof. You
It's
know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, São Paulo. I remember the show. It was fucking insane. Yeah. But actually, I would say that we have a crowd no matter where we go, they go insane. It's probably about our performance, the music, the groove, as you called
Yeah,
it, the
the
groove.
groove. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I like when people move. I like the jumping,
Yeah. Exactly.
I like the classic thing to tell people do like, hey,
Yeah.
hey. I like
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
But for me, the biggest fun is when they jump. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
looks and that's I remember Wacken the first time we played Outcast
Mm-hmm.
because we flew back from the studio when we recorded Outcast, and
Mm-hmm.
then two came with us, producer and came
Mm-hmm.
with us, and he mixed us. And then I said, yeah, okay, this is a new song you never heard before, and it's called Outcast, and they fucking loved it. Everyone from the front of the stage, I'm telling you, till the fucking end was jumping up and fucking down, man. That was
But that's kind of
and
like
it's it
it's like it has that's what I was saying earlier on. It's your music has this punch. It makes you want to move. It hits you in the stomach. You know what I mean? It
Thank you.
makes you want to. And I see that. I was gonna say, obviously, whenever you perform on stage, when you hit the stage with your band, you're always jumping and you're feeling it. You're showing them how, and they vibe with you. The crowd always vibes with you, like especially all the people who are like, especially at big festivals or whatever, the people who are there for Ectomorph, they go crazy, man. Everyone's jumping up and down, you know what I mean?
I'm happy that they get the vibe. It's
Yeah.
I'm always trying. Sometimes it doesn't work. I remember we played the tour with Wallbeat.
Yeah.
Because Michael is a big fan of Ectomorph. I remember
Really?
that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I remember that. Their ex tour manager.
Mm-hmm.
We just came back from our own tour, and then he called me. And he said, "Where are you now?" I said, "I'm in Hamburg," because that time I was living in Hamburg
Mm-hmm.
with a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "What about that? You guys would come out on tour with Wallbeat?" But the Wallbeat started to get real big. I mean, they were already big. They
Mm-hmm.
got bigger after that, but
Yeah.
I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So we
Yeah.
got 4 shows, 5 shows. All the shows was in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fucking tough crowd.
But isn't Zoli
They did a job.
Zoli
They did a job.
isn't that because because Volbeat is such a different, they're quite
Yeah,
different than Ectomorph, like very
yeah,
different. Like it's a
yeah. But
western metal kind of like like
yeah,
cowboy
it's
metal. Yeah.
cowboy metal or
Yeah.
or or or
Yeah,
rockabilly,
exactly. Exactly.
dandy,
Yeah.
dandy, dandy,
Yeah.
dandy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then we went up and I said, "Fuck this place up," and they were like, "No," and I'm like,
No,
"Okay."
no.
I remember all these fucking hairs,
Yeah.
like they came from the movie Grease, and they were
Yeah.
like, "No, we're not gonna jump, man." And they did not. But that's okay. I mean, we played for the smallest crowd was 1,500 people,
Wow.
and the biggest was 4,500. Now they are a lot bigger, but
Yeah, 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 for
but
sure.
it, but that is still fucking big,
Oh, of
and
course, for a club show.
yeah,
Oh my goodness, dude.
yeah, yeah. They play the biggest shows there, biggest club shows, and then But last year we've been on tour with Five Finger Death Punch, which was,
You toured with Five Finger
uh,
Death Punch. Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, last year. Yeah, it was, man, it was incredible. That
Was that
was,
the biggest club crowds that you have seen, or what's the
yeah.
top? What's the top? Both for a club concert and for a festival. What's the biggest audience that you've ever performed live?
Okay, so for club, then it's more than a club because Five Finger tours in arenas.
Mm-hmm.
So it was an arena tour
Mm-hmm.
last year, and we got 6 arena shows with Five Finger.
Mm-hmm.
And so in what was that? Estonia.
Mm-hmm.
The arena was for 20,000 people, and they had 18,000. So and
Ooh.
it was a lot, and the crowd was fucking insane, man. They were
Yeah.
jumping, mosh pit, everything. Zoltan told me that you fucking own the crowd, and he's Hungarian too,
Yeah,
Zoltan,
yeah,
and
yeah,
we
yeah.
got the same name, even
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same
yeah.
name, and
Crazy that, by the way. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. We might do some things next year together again, which will be
Wow.
great.
Yeah,
But
absolutely, man.
anyway, so for the arena, let's say club arena, that Estonian arena was the biggest, and for festival, I
Yeah.
got two. One is of course Wacken.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah,
Vakken.
when we played the true stage or the black stage, I don't know how many people. I could not see the end, and then
Yeah.
really, I
That's
couldn't.
crazy. It's
I
crazy when you
couldn't
think about it.
see the end,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, 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 absolutely.
And it's on YouTube. It's there. Oh, we got a few really cool videos from that,
Yeah.
and then we still played Rock am Ring and Rock im Park. We
Oh, that's
played
big.
both.
That's big, dude. Rock am Ring is big, big,
I don't know how many people was there, but
big.
again, I couldn't see the end.
Yeah, it's
I couldn't see
big.
the end.
100,000 people
And
or
then
something like that, at least.
and
Yeah.
I met there Lemmy. I met there Roflin, Machine Head. I met there.
And now I want to ask
The,
you.
the,
Now I want to ask you who the coolest. I want to ask you who is your favorite people that you've met as a metalhead. Let's put aside the fact that you're an amazing musician. As a metalhead, as Zoli, like who was your top moments in meeting all of these amazing people that you've toured with? That you've
musician.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, for me, meeting like cool guys, I would say Mila Petrosa from Creator is fucking cool.
Creator, yeah.
He's
He,
great.
he
I
is
mean, we toured. Our first show was in Athens, in Greece,
the first
in
one.
2000. Yeah, with Creator, in 2005, and he's a great guy. And then Corey was really nice to meet.
Corey
Slipknot.
Taylor, huh? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then Robin Machine Head, he's fucking nice.
Rob Flynn,
I don't know,
yeah.
but one of the nicest is George from Cannibal Corpse.
Corpse Grinder. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
he's the nicest. Also Zoltan from Five Finger. Everyone in Five Finger Death Punch. They're fucking cool.
Good
So
guys, huh?
yeah, these people are just like great,
But
great.
you've also met like iconic people. I have met Lemmy as well, but you've met Lemmy too and stuff like that. Like,
Met
did you get to chill with him a little bit or something or like?
No, he said something and I didn't understand. He was like, he was like, we've been in this fucking backstage in Rock'em Ring or Park, I don't know which one.
Yeah,
Because I got fucking wasted in one of this Rock'em something Ring or
yeah.
Park. I remember
No,
one
no,
night
no.
I was just like, you know that video from Prodigy called "Smack My Bitch Up,"
Yes,
when you only have this view,
yes.
and one night and it happened to me in Wacken as well. I don't drink anymore, but just a little bit. But that time, man,
Mhm.
and so yeah, let me was there, and I think I was coming in and he was coming out, and he just said something like, like what? And he said again, I'm like, I don't get it. And I was just started to fucking sweat because it's Lemmy. And it
Lemmy,
would be
man.
cool to talk, but I don't know what he said. It happened to me the same with Vati from The Exploited. We
Really?
played together. Yeah. We played together in Romania in a festival. It was a wild ass punk festival. And somewhere in the woods, it was great, man. So I'm sitting in the fucking dressing room and Vati comes in. He's just like this. He was really high on something.
That's something.
And he's like, you just want me. How you do me? And I'm like, I don't know if you heard him. He's cool,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
didn't know. And then I started to say, "Fuck Green Day, fuck Green Day." And I'm like, "Fuck." That's all I understand. Fuck Green
All
Day.
you understood was him saying "fuck Green
I
Day."
guess nothing else. But we went on stage singing a Sex and Violence one song, just
Mm.
singing the microphone.
Hmm.
So I met so many cool, and I met Kirk Hammett
You
last year.
did? For real?
I did.
Did you meet him
It was
backstage and stuff like at
yeah, it
the thing? Yeah.
backstage. It was
Mm.
unbelievable. It was incredible. So we've been on tour with Five Finger Death Punch. I
Hmm.
told you,
Hmm.
and they were on tour with Metallica
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
And so Zoltan told me that, they had the day offs, we didn't play on the shows with Metallica. And then he said, if you want, then join us. I was like, fuck yeah. So we had a show in Germany. So from Germany, I flew back to Hungary
Hmm.
because I had to.
Yeah.
From there, I flew to Poland, and then I joined Five Finger Death Punch in their hotel, which was the same hotel from Metallica. But then we're going to this big fucking stadium, and then Zoltan, I'm saying Zoltan because that's
Hmm.
everyone knows him.
Hmm.
He's walking me through the whole Metallica production, which is in
Yeah,
fucking
dude, you got the proper tour and everything.
my God, yeah. I'm walking through, and then we're walking in this, I don't know which area, and then suddenly the door gets open, and then Lars Ulrich is coming out. I couldn't speak. I was like, I grew up on Metallica, man. I listened to that fucking bands from since I was a fucking kid, and then he shake hands with me, and I'm like,
You know, the same thing happened to me with James Hetfield. Corey Taylor
oh,
introduced me
you
to.
fucking lucky
Dude,
man,
dude, I
James.
was chilling like I'm chilling with you, but I was chilling with Corey at the backstage, and we were talking, and then James Hetfield walked up to talk to him, and Corey went,
Ha,
"This is Orpheus from Headbangers Ball,"
you.
and I was like, I couldn't talk, the same like you, like I had the same reaction. I was like, I was trying to talk, I couldn't.
No, yeah, you know it. You froze, you
Yeah,
freeze,
you
and I
freeze.
was. But then Lars was there and he asked Zoltan like, "Hey, how you feeling? How is the band? You guys enjoying the tour?" And Zoli was like, "Yeah, yeah, oh cool." And I'm like, I couldn't. I want to take a photo, and then he walked away, and I was telling to Zoltan, "I want to take a picture." He said, "It's next time." But then, like 5 steps after that, there was Kirk Hammett. He's drinking his coffee, and I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." And I had a Black Sabbath T-shirt on,
Yeah,
very cool Black Sabbath shirt, and then.
yeah.
He was like in a fucking movie. He's like, "Man, you have a cool shirt." He said this to me, Kirk. And I'm like, "Thank you." Can I take a picture? He said, "Yeah." So there comes a big fucking bodyguard. He takes my phone, took 3 pictures, which I look like very stupid on the pictures, but I have it. But Zoltan was recording it on video, and
No
he put it
way.
on his tour video, and he's saying like Zoltan, Ectomorph, Kirk Hammett, Metallica, and then I'm like,
Wow.
fuck yeah.
That
But I
exists
cannot.
if people want to see it. It exists on YouTube, huh?
Yeah, yeah, it's on. It's also on my Instagram. It's a
Hmm.
little video with Zol. It starts with Zoltan Five Finger Death Punch that we're walking,
Yeah.
and then I'm taking a picture with Kirk. I was looking for James, no chance.
James is a
But you,
yeah. I was lucky. Everyone was telling me because he doesn't really show up anywhere. James, he doesn't. He just doesn't. But he wanted to speak business to Corey, and I was just chilling with Corey. That's why. And dude, he's a strong guy. Like his handshake was so strong. I did not wash my hand for 2 days because I was like, I have the sweat of James Hetfield on my hand imprinted. You know what I mean?
I would do the same. I would do the same. Yeah. Yeah, with Corey, I had the story like with 2005, we played this festival Aerodrome, which
Yeah.
is now Nova Rock,
Yes. No.
and our dressing room was just right beside the Slipknot dressing room.
Yeah.
And then I'm walking out, and then he's coming out at the same time, and he said, "Oh man, you guys were the band." And our bus was rolling in, and we saw the dust in the air. Everyone was jumping. I said, "Fuck you, can we take a picture?" But there was no phones that time,
Oh
like there
shit.
was, but Yeah, but it just started. There was, but it
Yeah,
just
it was
started.
crap. It was crap. The phones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But my sound engineer, my front of house guy, had a nice Sony camera, so we took a picture and still have it. It's also on my
Oh,
Instagram. But
nice.
when I do this and Corey do this, and it's a cool picture, man.
That is a fucking cool picture, man. Absolutely.
Yeah,
And you've met
great.
Corey, and you've hung out with him a bit twice, right?
Twice. The second was the next day with full force.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah, because
and
you
I never
played there.
forget.
Both of you played. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we played just like it was an insane lineup, man. Us, Hatebreed, Slipknot, who else, man? Like, I don't know, whatever, but it was great.
Just
And I remember
yeah.
that on the aerodrome that night, later after played Prodigy, which was like just the dot on the I, man. I mean, for me. So great times.
Amazing times, amazing, man.
Yeah,
You have so many good memories, man. So many cool
yeah.
stories. That's insane, man. What you said about the Metallica and all that is like crazy, man. All these things, and these things never stop. Obviously, the more like you still have things going for you, and you're still like you're an established name. I don't know if there's other metal bands as far as bands coming out of Hungary. To be very open and very honest about it, I've only always known Ectomorph. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know any other band that has made it and has been around as long as you have, So you still have a lot to
No, no.
give, and you're still giving it, and you're still giving your soul, and you're still touring, and you still have amazing memories to make. I'm sure about that, right?
Oh, I hope for that. Thank you, man.
You're welcome,
Yeah.
brother. You're welcome, man.
Yeah, this new album is coming out, and yeah, I really this year I know what's gonna happen already almost till the end. But for 2026, I hope for something like we can do maybe with Five Finger Death Punch. It's not sure,
No, might
but
happen.
it's
Yeah.
looking pretty good. If that
Mm.
happens,
Yeah,
it's gonna be
dude.
really cool.
Yeah, man.
If not,
Absolutely.
if not, then we just do our own things. I mean,
Yeah.
it's even if my career would stop right here, right now, today, I would say I got everything out of it. I mean,
Do,
I do what I love to do for 30 years.
I was gonna say,
You
do,
know,
do you ever picture yourself how do you imagine yourself in the future? Like, okay, obviously we briefly mentioned ages and discography and how long we've been in the blah blah. But how do you picture yourself? Like, what is your ideal? What do you dream of when it comes to the future? And obviously everything has an end. But what do you dream before the
everything
end?
has an end. That's for sure. That's by now I really know it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, right now physically, I'm
Mm-hmm.
in pretty much in the shape to do this for I think for a pretty long time. It
Mm-hmm.
all depends how long the fans are gonna be interested in what we do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if 30 years worked out, if another 10 years still works out, or
Yeah.
12, it
Yeah.
will be great because then I'm gonna be over 60. I
Yeah.
mean, but look at James.
I was gonna say, do you see yourself like rocking out till the end, or do you see yourself stopping
Yeah,
at some point?
maybe I'm not gonna jump that much,
No.
but but still, if until my voice can carry on, and
Yeah.
because I love to do this, even if it's sometimes it's not that easy.
Yeah.
I mean, and what is the only downside of this is the music business side is disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something that
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
can make a musician uninspired.
Mm.
But if you can handle it,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess I can. That's why I'm still here.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Yeah, 100%,
Then
man.
it's a part of it. You gotta deal with it, man. And
I mean, this is your life at the end of the day, right? It's your life.
it is. And
Mm.
I don't know how the fuck it's got here because I started the place I started from. Played many places in the world. In this genre of music. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people, not everyone, but many people knows us. We got respect everywhere. That I got respect from my idols I look up to. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
some that's yeah.
I got all these instruments. Right now I'm working with BC Rich, which was also a dream of me. Now
Mm-hmm.
I'm working with this company, getting
You're,
getting
you're
new guitar.
endorsing them, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because BC Rich is owned by Zoltan
Mm-hmm.
from something. I was for a long time with ESP, but
Mm-hmm.
things came to the end there.
Yeah, yeah,
Just like
yeah,
you said,
yeah.
everything ends.
Everything ends,
But
brother.
Yeah, but a new door got open with BC Rich, and I'm just getting my new guitar. If you check my Instagram, or you can see that this yellow cracker, fucking crazy warlock, man. It's brutal. I, it's just and it's coming nights on the way from the US to me. So all
Have
these things I can thank for music, and
have you
it
ever
can be a more
have you ever considered transferring that over to younger to children? Like, have you ever considered sharing that knowledge and experience of yours with like younger people who,
musicians.
yeah, who want to learn?
Yeah, I would. If they would ask me, but what do you mean that I would start to teach
I don't
something
know.
or what?
Maybe in the future, maybe, or I don't know if it interests you at all to teach people how to. I mean, obviously, a specific style of singing or singing in general, and the guitar and all that. So I was and music. The thing is, you can teach music, right? That's what I'm trying to say.
Maybe I would.
Yeah.
I was thinking to doing studio works because I like it.
Mm,
I learned a lot from two. I know
mm-hmm,
how to do it, and he said that I handle it pretty well,
mm.
but it's a lot of patience. It's
Yeah, yeah. You have
you
to be
know
patient, of course,
my
absolutely.
patience is not really not a lot
You
there.
don't have a lot of patience when you're working,
No,
huh? Okay, okay.
no. I mean, my dog teach me for
Yeah,
having patience.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, my ex dog and this
Yeah.
one, because you need to have patience for
Yeah,
them,
brother.
otherwise,
Absolutely, man.
you know.
100%.
But teaching someone, yeah, who knows,
Yeah.
maybe. But I will do this as long as I'm able to do this, and
Yeah.
as long as we got a crowd. But right now, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I think the fucking new thing, the Heretic, and the people still didn't hear the rest. The second
Yeah.
single, which gonna come out, it's extremely heavy.
Yeah.
It's man, it's
I like the
get
sound of
ready. It's
that.
heavy. It's heavier than the song Heretic, and it's got a little bit of singing in the middle, but a very sick way. And
Do
it's
you have a
just
date for it? Do you have a date for the single, the next single?
I would, but I can't tell you.
Okay, okay, okay. Is it gonna be a long
Everything is
time or
done.
close? Yeah, yeah,
No, 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 no. Actually, what I can tell you is the
yeah,
plan,
yeah.
new we living in this times now that when you started to work for your ex label,
Mm-hmm.
it was like, okay, you got out a CD with two songs,
Yes,
and that was it.
yes,
This has changed.
absolutely.
It changed big fucking time.
Mm.
And you have to go with the flow,
Yeah.
because if you don't,
If you don't,
then
you fade away if you don't do it.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
So my agent Tom at Bleeding Nose, he told me we
Hmm.
should we should do it like six singles until October. I was like, fuck no, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And then he explained and he showed me. And also fucking Spotify is, because I own the Ectomorph Spotify, so they telling how to do it. And so there are gonna be six singles from the album, which has 10 songs.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but actually the sixth singles is already the album, so five. So we got four more to coming out. Another video. We're gonna get one more video, but we don't want more videos because,
Yeah.
I mean, for what,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But that's gonna be also on a really tough song, man. And
Yeah.
yeah, that song is called Suicide Note,
Mm-hmm.
and I can tell the
Mm-hmm.
fucking titles, and the
Yeah.
next single is gonna call Dear God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's pretty heavy, man.
It sounds like
It's
it. I was gonna say, yeah, 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 yeah. It sounds heavy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's coming out soon, but the second single will have no video. It's just gonna be just a single.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we're gonna get a lyric video, thinking of it,
Yeah.
if it makes sense to do a lyric
Yeah.
video or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. 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 So,
But the
so
second video is gonna be cool, the real video.
is it gonna be? I mean, have you filmed it? Basically, is what I was gonna say. Have you filmed the second music video?
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet.
No,
Okay.
because this is gonna be a different video. We want some people in the video, and
Okay.
that's a
Yeah.
little more difficult to film it. Like when we filmed Heretic,
Mm-hmm.
it was a long shot. It was like fucking 11 hours. And you see the fires in the video.
Yes.
Man, to get those fires on, I wasn't it wasn't easy. And the fucking in the TV, they said, "Oh, the weather is gonna be so great that day," and it was cold as
Okay,
fuck.
let's go. Let's
It
fuck.
was so cold, man. And and those fires, because we get the idea to get the fires. You watch those fires from up from the fucking drone, then you see that that's a pentagram. It looks so
Yes,
cool.
yes, yes, yes.
And that it's just the fighters didn't want to go, and then this guy came and he put some gasoline on it, then it's blown up. And the place where we shoot the video, the owner, the guy came there, what the fuck you doing here? It's like, what is this explosion? I was like, we were like, we don't know. It just happened, man. You know,
It just happened. Yeah.
yeah. But then one guy came and he said how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there's those barrels you see there.
The
We
barrels
had
with the
to
fire.
put,
Yeah.
yeah, but we had to put some iron shit in it to hold the woods high. You know, because otherwise to fill the barrels with woods.
Yeah.
It would just not work. It's a lot of woods.
It's a lot
and
of
it will
woods.
not work.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we managed it.
How
But
many
it
days
was
did it take? How many days did you film?
No, it was one day, but 11 hours.
Oh my God. From the morning till the
But
night.
it's long.
Yeah, yeah.
Trust me, it's long.
Uh-huh.
And at the end of the day, you're irritated because everything is cold.
Yeah.
You know, your hands, but you have to look good in the video.
Yeah, you have to look
Everything, you know.
alive. You
Yeah,
have to look alive.
but it's
Yeah.
not easy when it's cold. When you're like, fuck, I just, you know. And then finally, when we get this happened that finally we got the 5 fires going on.
Mm.
Then the battery in the camera died.
No.
And his spare battery was not charged.
No.
So we had to wait another fucking 45 minutes and keep the fire going on. So yeah, things like this happen.
Rough. Yeah.
I like the video. I think this worked out pretty good.
Yeah, dude, it's rough, but in a good way. Like the video is like to the point, and you know, the vibe it's all about the vibe matching, obviously, you know, the aesthetic.
Then it was the fucking 11 hours and froze the fucking bed. Yeah.
And then so the new
so
one,
cool,
the new
man.
one is gonna be external filming or internal filming?
Yeah, the new one is gonna be the new one is gonna call it Suicide Note. It's obviously it's about suicide, and it's we want some people in the video. I want some people in the video, which is already it's working already. Get some people in who actually did suicide or was close to it, or someone in the family did, and they will be in the video. Nothing special, but just look in the camera, you know, get their look. Honestly,
Yes.
think what they went through, and then the band is gonna perform in probably in the studio, and just more like close-ups from the eyes, from the mouth,
Yeah.
you know, from the guitars. But in the last part where there is a big fucking groove, then everyone's gonna headbang, and that's the plan. But
Do you
know,
use the
we have to
same
put this together.
director? Do you use the same director always? Or?
It's gonna be the same director, but another camera guy. It's he's coming from Budapest, but we worked with him before. That guy made the videos for Reborn and for Dead Will Walk, which are pretty good videos.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But the director and he's gonna be, and actually I'm gonna be there because I'm always there. When they cut the video, I sit there. It's better. It's better because
because
it's better if I sit there, because you know, if I sit there, I mean, if they send me just like the first version and it's strong, then it's all right in the phone. I want this to change or want that to change or look for other shots, you know, whatever. But if the first cut is not that strong, you just can't explain it. It's better if I go there and I'm telling, do this, do that, please. And then we can put it together. It's not like I want to do it 100% like I want it. I want his vision too.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's better if you're there.
Sometimes,
just like in the studio.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I wanted to ask you, do you like? I know that you probably enjoying. I'm enjoying it. I really love the conversation that we've had for sure, 100%. Do you want me to take any? Thank you, brother. Do you want me to take any questions? There's so many people, like constantly. There's 30 to 40 people, and there's people coming and going. So it's constantly a lot of people watching the interview. Do you want me to take any questions from them and ask you, like, if there's anything that people want to know from you?
Yeah, sure.
So
because I can't see the chat. So
so the first thing I see here, let me see if I can will this work? Yeah. So Cherry from Colombia says, would you like to play in Colombia?
Hey, Cherry, would be definitely great, man. And if we ever get the chance, man, we we fucking want to do it. Yeah, I'm sure that the crowd there is insane as well.
Yeah, absolutely,
And
100%.
I would love to see that country, man. I mean, yeah, fuck yeah.
Uh, John Moraitis from Greece says, "Do you accept outsiders for job in the crew of the band?"
What?
I guess he means, do you take roadies? Do you hire roadies who are from, I guess, from other countries, or I don't know, something like that.
Oh yeah, I had before. I had once. My front of house guy was Austrian. I had a Polish roadie,
Hmm.
like a guitar tech. Right now, I have a Hungarian guy.
Hmm.
We pretty much full, but yeah, it can happen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Balas, who's actually a moderator and friend of mine here, is a moderator in the live stream. He's from Hungary, so it's Balas Beres is his full name. He says, "Will there be any tours in the near future within Hungary?"
No tour, definitely not. If we play here, then we're gonna play. He will know Békéscsaba, which I live in,
Mm.
because Budapest somehow it doesn't really work out for us to work there. In He will know Barba Negra and all these places. Somehow it just doesn't work. Also, the Hungarian festivals doesn't. They don't invite us.
No, for real?
So no, no,
Oh, wow.
no.
Even though you're the
But
most
that's okay.
known, you're the most popular metal band Hungary has ever had.
But they don't care.
They don't care.
No. We
Okay.
played before.
Yeah.
We played before, but they just don't invite, and if they don't want us, but in Békéscsaba, usually we always start the tour here
Mm-hmm.
or end the tour here.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but do a Hungarian tour,
Mm.
there's not
Not
a
easy.
big chance
Not
for that.
easy. Yeah, not
No,
easy.
no,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
no.
Next question. We have Cat Whisperer from the United States says, who would your dream collaboration be? Who is your dream collaboration, Zoli?
Corey fucking Taylor.
Corey Taylor, eh?
Yeah.
But you have his
Yeah, I
number.
would
Don't
be,
you have
man.
his don't you have his number? No.
No, no. If I would have his number, we would already do
I'm
something. No.
kidding. I'm kidding.
But if we could do something together with Corey, man,
That would be amazing. I would love to hear that. I would love.
but you never know.
You never know.
Maybe one day.
It's a small
Maybe one
world.
day.
It's a small world. Let's say it's a small world because it is in reality.
Yeah.
Next question is Sentient number 6 says from Greece. He's from Greece. He says it has to be finally answered by a musician. Is mayonnaise an instrument? He's asking.
It is.
Is it? Is
It
mayonnaise
is,
an
man.
instrument?
It's a guitar. Yeah. There is a brand called Mayonnaise. Yeah. You know
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You recommend
Yeah.
mayonnaise for guitarists?
I recommend, yes. But the guitar.
Yeah, the guitar, not the sauce.
Yeah. Nah. I
Luke,
like the sauce, but I can't eat the fucking sauce now because I'm on fucking diet, man. So
oh, okay. But you're always working out, that's why. But
yeah.
next question is Luke from Scotland says, any advice on getting bigger gig opportunities for smaller bands? What advice would you give to smaller bands for gig opportunities?
Well, Scott, look, man, it's bigger shows. The way to go to bigger shows is to go through hell. That's the only way,
Mm-hmm.
because you have to play, you have to walk through the stages, like small clubs,
Yeah.
small festivals, shitty clubs, shitty promoters, and just go and go and go and live for the music, man.
Yeah.
And just fucking carry on and never give up. Maybe it sounds like a cliche,
Mm-hmm.
but it is what it is, because most of the bands are give up too fast.
Yeah. Too
Like,
fast.
oh, we
Yeah.
didn't get the success,
Yeah.
money doesn't come,
Yeah.
we don't have fans. I don't want to do this,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I can understand, because
Of
there you
course.
get, I don't know, you got a job offer which pays you fucking good,
Of
and then
course.
you got a nice looking girl, and then she's like, oh, marry me, and then you throw everything behind.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, if you believe in what you're doing and you fucking believe in it, then it will happen. But it's just a tough way. I mean, these days it's different than I started it, because then now you have this chance with all the social media
You
thing,
have
and
more tools, Zoli. More
yeah, yeah,
tools. Yeah.
yeah. So you can go faster up. But what I see now in this world, that is like those bands are going up fast
Mm-hmm.
and then fall.
Mm-hmm.
fall real fast and never coming back.
Yeah, it's hard.
I don't know if it was
I
that
think
tools or
it's
Scott,
harder
but
work. I think it's harder work. There are more tools, but you need to go at it harder than before, I think.
you know what I mean. What I mean is that the main thing
Mm-hmm.
is that you can go up because I
Mm.
see it with bands,
Yeah.
but fast.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, you come down real fast,
Yeah.
and there is no way from that to come back because the way I started it, we had ups and downs
Mm-hmm.
in fucking 30, 31 years,
Mm-hmm.
but it was never go to fucking to the end. You know what
No.
I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Yeah.
And right now, what I see, these bands are going up. Oh, we're playing here, like in Hungary. Here is this. It's not metal, but these guys are filling up arenas,
Yeah.
and they didn't even have. They have a single, and they're filling up an arena. So
Yeah.
they have to put together an album,
Yeah.
and they do an arena show, and you never hear from
Again.
them after that. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
this was those times then when I started it. It was doing an arena show.
Yeah.
I had to wait for that for fucking
Half a
30
century.
years, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's worth it.
It's worth the
And
wait.
I really did.
It's worth the wait.
Yeah,
I totally agree with you on that. Some things in life, when it comes to music and when it comes to bands and artists, especially people who have been around for a long time, you gotta grind. You gotta work your way hard. You gotta
hard
withstand all
work.
the hard work. Exactly. It's not
That's
a
the answer for Scott. Hard
Yes,
work, man.
exactly. And it's not a weekend kind of thing. You really have to devote and dedicate yourself to it constantly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's see if there's more questions here. Lots of people typing stuff in the chat.
Okay.
This is a band, I think. Embryo's Orgasm says we wait for your collab. We wait for your collaboration with Tang.
What's the name? Embryos Orgasm?
Yeah, I think it's a band name. Is it? I think.
Cool name. Very good name,
Yeah.
man. I like it. I like it.
It says we wait for your collaboration with Tang Sapta from Hungary.
Kamchapda. Oh,
Yes.
they are Hungarian.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's like I think I told you before we started the live that there's this band here called Kamchapda. They're the
Yes.
biggest band,
Yes.
and they're getting 10 guitar players. Everyone, because they had a lineup change. They're gonna get a new guitar player. No one knows who is that. They got 10 guitar players, and everyone thinks that the guitar player will come from that. I don't know about that.
Mm.
Me for sure not, but I collaborate. I'm
Collaborate.
doing a song with them. I can't
Yeah.
fucking talk. I'm getting a song down with them. So they send me a song
Okay.
and they asked me to form it to my way, and I did.
Okay.
It
Interesting.
became a lot heavier, but they like it. Even they said that on the tongue chop the albums normally they tuned in like standard E or D. And I, for me is drop B or drop A.
Right.
This is where I go,
Yeah.
And they did the guys now keep the song in drop B. They never had any drop B song on any album in their career, but now they will have it. So
They have it. Yeah.
so the Embryo guys can get ready for this song because it's the heaviest song on the album.
Sweet. Let's see. Next question is Spud from the United Kingdom says, "What is the most stressful thing about making a music video? The most stressful thing about making a music video."
The most stressful thing, I think, is the editing. Is the editing because when you work together with the producer and all these guys,
Yeah.
they have their vision,
Yeah.
and it's many times it's not because they're always telling you, yeah, but I learned it in school. But I'm like, fuck that. I don't care what you learned in school. I have something that I see that I want to see it like that way. Please do it that way.
Yeah.
So for me, and of course, the shooting, like I mentioned, you're watching the fucking weather forecast, for weeks,
Yeah.
especially when you shoot outside. It's gonna be a nice sunny day, and it's not.
And it's not.
So when it's
And
cold,
not.
and okay. So one thing, the drummer, because of the fucking playback, you can use of course in-ears, but we just use like monitors because it looks better that if you have nothing in your ears
Yeah.
and you headbang,
Yeah.
shooting a video.
Yeah, of course.
And
obviously,
the drummer has to really keep himself back because if he start to hit, we got like always like a 2,000-3,000 watt
Yeah.
playback system to play back on the video.
Yeah.
But if he hits the drums once, then the whole band is goes the other way. You know, it's like
Yeah, of
because
course.
it's louder than any the fucking drum kit. So
Yeah, 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 of course,
I
of
guess
course.
these things are for me like stressful, but still it's a lot of it's fun. It is. It's fun every time.
Miss Karu from Finland says, "Are you coming to Finland sometime?"
Oh, that would be great. I don't know. It depends on my agency, you know, if they can get a show for us. Last time we've been there was a long time ago
I was gonna
with
ask you.
Children of
Yeah,
Children of Bodom in 2005.
Oh, wow, that's a lot. I need
Oh,
a
that
long
was a big
time.
show. That was a big show. I remember.
Wow.
I hope we will.
What was it in Helsinki? The when you
Yes.
yeah yeah.
We've been on tour with Children of Bodom. Yeah, and it was so much fun.
Mm-hmm,
Especially Alexei. We got like 3 nights that he traveled in on our bus, and he and me were talking and drinking all night long. Unfortunately, too much drinks. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
not for me anymore. No.
Dawn of Time from the United Kingdom is asking you, Zoli, do you have any recommendations for new bands that you like?
New bands?
That you
Well, I
like?
have to say that no, not really.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
No, I try. There's this band like the guys called Slaughter to Prevail, which is kind of would be which I would, and they're great.
mm-hmm,
But to me, it's too much.
mm-hmm,
I can't get. There's no hook
mm-hmm,
in the song. I'm more like I need a hook in the song that
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
it's get me there. And but other than that, I would recommend them for this style.
mm-hmm.
But I stuck in the past, man. I stuck with Slipknot, with
Yeah, yeah,
Korn,
yeah,
Machine Head, Metallica. I
yeah,
recommend these bands, though.
yeah.
They're not new.
To younger people.
But maybe if you didn't listen to them until then
Yeah.
you can check them out. The older,
Yeah.
the back catalog, because those are fantastic albums,
Yeah, man,
almost all of
absolutely.
them.
100%, 100%. Let me see if there's any other questions in the chat. Another friend from Finland, where is he? Nameless, asked. I'm just trying to find the one moment. Where's the comment? Oh, there it is. I brought it on screen. We kind of know. He says we kind of know already, but Metallica or Megadeth is the question. Metallica or Megadeth?
You know it.
You know it.
It's Metallica. It's metal. I really I like Megadeth.
Yeah.
Really, there is some really great album. Countdown to that's a great album. Or So Far So Good So What. It's a great album, but Metallica.
I think you got your answer, Nameless, right?
Yeah,
Sweet,
guy
sweet.
before.
Yeah, sweet. See here, once Embryo's Orgasm says, once I saw Zoli at Budapest Western Plaza. He bought some new Metallica vinyls. Possible?
Yeah,
Yeah, was that you
I was. Yeah,
buying vinyls? Yeah.
yeah. I don't have many, but sometimes I buy. I have Metallica. I have Slipknot. Motorhead.
Motorhead.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't have and I have the EKTOMORF vinyls, but actually I have to. I was thinking these days to get a good vinyl player and just listen music on that because it sounds different. It
It
sounds
does. It does.
more alive. You
Yeah.
have a player,
Yeah.
vinyl player?
I don't
Okay,
have
so
one
you
here,
know.
but no, I don't have one here. But I absolutely know 101% how different and how the quality is different on vinyl than even by CD or anything else, basically.
I'm not saying it's better. It's different, but
it's
it's
different.
just
Yeah.
a different experience. But it's a good experience.
Yeah,
Definitely.
exactly. I agree with you. It's not about it being better or worse. It's just different. You just feel it when you're listening to vinyl record compared to any other format. Especially if you compare listening to digital, music and vinyl. There's analog music, which is vinyl, and digital music, which is streaming or MP3. There's a difference that you can sense when you listen to it, for sure, 100%. Is there any other questions, people in the chat? I see you are all talking there, but are there any other questions? People are going back to vinyl for the experience, says Don. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely going to vinyl for the experience. I see the Jane Doe. Oh, there's many bands in the chat right now watching the interview. The Jane Doe Autopsy from the United States. Yo, the time in sick. We just got out a band that finished an interview, the Jane Doe autopsy, just joined, and they said the timing is sick. Let me just bring it on the screen. It says the timing is sick. We just got out of an interview. Zoli, what was I gonna say, man? Do you have to get up early in the morning or anything like that?
Yeah.
Are you flying or driving or?
No, I'm driving.
You're driving, and you have to drive to the other town that you mentioned, right?
Yeah, to my dad.
How long of a drive is it for you? That
Oh, it's like 2.5 hours. Yeah.
and you have to get up with that.
Yeah. It's not that long, not that bad, but I have to because I have to help to my dad. Some things there.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. He's on his own there now, right?
He's on their own. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know how I said, you know how we said, I said 1 hour, you said 30 minutes, and we did, and we did. Wait.
I don't know. It was pretty long.
I've lost track. I've lost track. 2 hours, something like almost. But I want to say to you that I'm very grateful because I hadn't done any interviews for 2025. I used to do them last year, and then we've changed a few things, etc. And now this is actually the very first live interview that I'm doing for 2025. So it's a great honor for me to kick. Yeah, man, it's an honor for me to kick it off like that with you and with EKTOMORF. Like, thank you so much today for sharing so many stories. I really had a blast, and I'm gonna upload this just so you know. I'm gonna edit it a little bit, just trim it, and upload it to YouTube for you as well.
And I can share it.
Yeah,
I will share
so
it.
for you to be able to show it to people, or someone might want to
Great.
watch it, you know.
Cool.
It's nice material when people chill and they watch interviews for 1 hour or 2 hours, like on YouTube, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, please do that, and then I'm definitely gonna share it.
yeah, absolutely. If there's anything that you, on a final note, would like to share with everyone in the chat today.
It's about the new album that is coming soon. Guys, just keep an eye on us because things are coming, new singles, bam bam bam.
Yeah.
And then the new album, and then get ready because it's I never really said that musicians always say this is the heaviest and the best.
Yeah.
But this time it is really. It's and because this album was made of everything that is just heavy and dark. And it might sound a cliche too, but actually everyone heard it. What I went through, and I'm not making it to feel sorry for me because that's the part of this fucking life. But it's only in this album, and it's musically it's just like I think and I don't want to be like arrogant here, but I think a lot of people waiting for something like it's bringing this 90s vibe, jumping, just don't think what you hear, just go with it.
Yeah.
Like it's not about this, which I respect. It's more about just
yeah, exactly.
Which I grew up on.
Exactly.
Yeah. So keep an eye on the new album, guys. It's coming soon. The album is called Heretic. October, the full album is out, but maybe we can do then another talk like this, when the album is out, and then we can talk about the new album.
Dude, I would love that. Yeah, let's
in October.
In October, around your birthday.
Yeah. All right.
We can have a bit of a celebration with everyone here. Have an online party going for your birthday and the album, and invite everybody. That would be cool. That would be really cool.
Let's do it.
Would you like to plug your social? I know that you only recently joined as a band. I mean, on TikTok, right? So would you like to tell them the thingies and all that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's I just made the EKTOMORF official TikTok. I think it's called like that.
Official. I think it's official. It's official.ektomorf if I'm correct.
Yes. Yeah, you know it better. Yeah. So guys, check it out. It's official.ektomorf. Also check out the EKTOMORF Instagram and Facebook. And then you get there all the info.
And the YouTube channel. And the YouTube channel, obviously.
And the YouTube channel, yeah. Which we just got back. But yeah, and the Spotify, which is actually pretty important.
People are saying thank you, I have to say, in the meantime. The people watching are saying thank you to you.
And thanks to everyone to showing up and spend the time with this two old fart motherfucker.
Those two old farts talking about old stuff.
That's what we are, man.
Brother, thank you. Wholeheartedly, man. I really thank you so much. I just wanted to say we didn't get to do it the way I wanted to, like the songs,
Doesn't
but
matter.
this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. All the music that we didn't get to listen to. So I will tell people, for just so you know, people, we're gonna listen to. Well, I'm even gonna play People Equal Shit. So Zoli wanted, yeah, he wanted to listen to People Equal Shit by Slipknot,
Fuck yeah.
and then you would listen to Heretic, his new single, and then we would listen to I Choke, right? And what was it? I Choke and You Belong There, which are two songs of Ectomorph from obviously different albums. One is I Choke is from Outcast, sorry, and the other one is from the previous studio album.
Vivid Black, yes.
Yes, exactly. And then we will just dive into like my ordinary sort of like headbangery here with music and all that. From me again, man, I'm wishing you wholeheartedly, because you're such a nice guy. I really mean it. You're such a nice guy. I'm wishing you all the best always. Our paths will definitely cross again, because I really I had a blast. I was not expecting to chill for 2 hours and chat. So we will do this
We
again for
did.
sure, for sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, with the new album.
With a new
Close to my
album out.
birthday. I can't say it on my birthday because who knows what's gonna happen that
Maybe
day.
the next day, or maybe the next day, or the day after that, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. The next day, because then I can say that I'm 50.
Yes, exactly.
I still have to get there, man. I still have to get there.
Yes,
It's
yes,
yeah,
brother.
yeah.
But like I told you in private, metal will always carry you. Metal music will always carry you. You know what I
That's the
mean?
best thing that happened to me. It's metal music.
Exactly, brother. I'll let you get some rest. So, because you have to get up very early. Is it like something like
Ah,
6 in the morning that you get up when you need to go to your father or something?
5:30.
Five? Oh, okay.
5:30.
Yeah, you better go get some sleep, man, for sure. So thank you so much, brother, for everything. I will message you. Obviously, we will be in touch. I will let you know about uploading the video, the interview. I mean, online. And dude, whenever you're chilling, if you ever see me, obviously, if you're chilling and you're going through like social media or something, or TikTok, if I'm live, feel free to pass by and say hi anytime in the chat. The people will know you anyways. You know what I mean? So
Okay, thank you.
you're
And thank
very
you for
welcome.
having thanks for you and thanks for everyone in the chat to spending the time with us this late. So thank you guys.
Thank you,
See you
brother.
next time.
See you soon, brother. See you next time, man. This was Zoli.
Take
What
care.
what an amazing guy. Thank you so much, Zoli. Thank you for everything, brother. Peace out, my bro. Peace out.